Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been like a week or so since my previous upload, and to be completely honest with you guys, I had sort of an existential crisis when it came to my music and this channel. Whenever I uploaded my track Retro Rock and Roll, which is the track we're going to be looking at today, I hated it. I thought it was terrible. I thought it was the worst thing I've ever made. It really kind of brought me down and made me question what I was doing, if I was good enough, and I kind of hid in a hole for a couple of days to try to figure out, what I was doing. And in retrospect, it's really not that bad. I don't think it's the greatest thing in the world, but I don't hate it anymore. And I'm definitely excited to look into the track today. But what I did with my time is first few days, I hid in myself and decided this was stupid and I wasn't going to do it. And the next few days I spent educating myself and learning more about music theory and arrangement and just composing in general. To be honest with y'all, I probably took maybe 1 inch of a step forward in that journey, but it's still progress. And that's the whole point of this channel. I want it to progress. I want to get better, and if I just give up because I make one bad track or whatever, then I'm never going to get anywhere, and that's just not a good way of really looking into it. If I thought everything I did was amazing, I would never improve. And complacency is the antithesis of progress. As soon as you become complacent, why progress? If you think you're good enough, then there's no need to get any better. So it's definitely a healthy relationship to have, disliking your music as a musician or an artist or whatever. That way you can see what you're doing wrong and hopefully improve on it. That being said, I want you guys to stick around to the end of the video. I'm going to show 3 clips of some songs that I've been working on, and I need y'all's help to decide which one I should pursue for my next video. Also, my friend had a cool idea, which I'm going to start doing for this channel as well, where I should record some gameplay footage of a certain game or whatever, and without the music, and compose some music that goes along with it, and then upload that video of some gameplay with my music on top. So if that sounds like a cool idea, also head to the comments and let me know, because I do want to start doing that. Let's go ahead and dive into the track. So I really did have a lot of fun with this song. I was inspired by, old school heavy metal, old school retro style games. So the very first sound that I have is this guitar sound. I used a Subtractor with the Resident Synth Guitar preset, and I adjusted some things, like it had some portamento I didn't like it. I added some distortion and took away the highs and the lows to create kind of a middle sounding guitar sound, and that sounds like this. So what I did then is I duplicated that, same thing. I adjusted a little bit of the distortion and a little bit of the EQ to make it kind of sound different, and I panned those hard left and hard right like you would in a typical rock mix. And then finally what I did is I duplicated that a third time. This time I added some delay, changed a little bit more of the settings again, and created my lead tone. So that has the 3 guitars. So I have a lead guitar and 2 rhythm guitars, pan hard left and pan hard right. Next we have our bass sound. Which is a Subtractor patch that I created myself with a sawtooth wave and a sine wave for the low end there, and I EQ'd out all the highs, boosted some lows there. Next up is our drums. So basically what I did, and it's pretty simple, is I just have a Kong patch here with some drums sound like this originally. And then I added some distortion, some digital distortion to kind of make them sound 8-bit. And I have the pounding kick drum, open hi-hat, some crash cymbals, and some snares to kind of give it, a rock vibe to it. And then in typical video game epicness, I added this choir. Just to layer the chords that the guitars are playing, I added a digital distortion to make it sound 8-bit, took away all the low end. Then we have our white noise. The same exact white noise that I used in my factory song. Nothing crazy. Next I have this pad. It's another Subtractor. It's called the Warm Pad. Took away all the low end, added some reverb, and that just again adds to the chords here in the chorus section. Then lastly we have this bridge section. So I bring back the choir again with a different chord progression. And then we have this little plucky lead thing, which is another Subtractor called Road Home. It's a patch. Again, took away a lot of low end, a lot of mid, and came up with this sound, which is my favorite. As far as sounds go, that's really it. I arranged this like I would a kind of a rock track. You have your intro, and then sort of a chorus / verse. We have our bridge section, which goes into this epic part, which is my favorite. But yeah, that's going to be about it. It's not much to this track. It's a very simple track. Again, not my favorite in the world, but I tried something different, and you know, it turned out okay. But now I'm going to go ahead and show you guys 3 different songs that I'm working on, and I want y'all to let me know which one I should pursue. Thanks again for checking out the video. Like I said, please comment below. Let me know which of those tracks you think sounds the coolest. And definitely subscribe to the channel, like the video, click the bell notification, share the video, tell someone about it. Anything at all helps. I'm still growing the channel. It's getting better every day. I promise not to have another existential crisis again. That's a promise I probably won't keep because I have existential crises daily. But you know, that's life. But again, thanks for tuning in. I will see y'all next time.